Well, we want to thank BBC for the feature stories that we had on today's edition of our Focus on International News Stories. Well, on Sunday, the World Health Organization said that COVID-19 appears to particularly affect the elderly aged 60 and above, and also people who are ill. It urged countries to stock up on ventilators, saying oxygen therapy is a major treatment intervention for patients with severe coronavirus. And joining me now on set is the advisor number 1 at the Chinese Embassy in Cameroon, Wang Dong. Hello, and welcome to the program.
My pleasure.
So the outbreak of COVID-19 started in Wuhan and then went later on to other provinces in China and thereafter to other countries. So I know you have a joint mission with the World Health Organization. What are the measures that were taken when this erupted in Wuhan, and how has the fight been so far?
Okay. The outbreak of the COVID-19 has been the most severe public health crisis since the founding of New China in 1949, in terms of the spread, the speed of the spread, and in terms of the scope of the impact, in terms of the difficulty and challenges of prevention and control. So the whole situation, the severe situation, is absolutely unprecedented. So this is something that we never have before, and so we can say since the outbreak, that's the present Chinese President Xi Jinping and the Communist Party of China and also the Chinese government always putting the people's life and safety and health at the first place. So also we have made the top priority is the prevention and control of the epidemic.
Well, I must congratulate your efforts to contain the disease, but what things did you put in place exactly? Hospitals, we talk about a hospital that was built within 10 days. How did you make this possible?
Yes, this is we have a strong leadership. The President Xi Jinping and also has given his instructions and mapped out plans in person, and also the 1.4 billion Chinese people stand united together to fight the virus, and we have taken decisively the most rigorous, the most comprehensive, and the most thorough measures, and waged a people's war against the virus.
Now, what are one of those measures?
Yes. The measures that we even built the specialized hospital in 10 days, and also we built another one in just 2 weeks. So we even do something that incredible that we have never done before. We put this sports center, the stadium, into the mobile cabin hospitals like that. This is unbelievable, incredible. Yeah.
Now, I know you're not a medical doctor, but do you think this epidemic could become a pandemic?
It's too early to say that now, but according to the WHO, the World Health Organization, the level of the risk is becoming high, but we should follow their recommendation and advices. And according to now, the actual situation, we think the epidemic is preventable and controllable and also curable, according to the situation in China.
Well, Mr. Wang, I want us to talk about the impact this disease has on your relationship with other countries when it comes to trade, like the Africa-China trade and other countries. You know, China accounts for a fifth of the world gross domestic product, and naturally there are growing concerns that the COVID-19 is going to affect trade deals with China. So what have you put in place to deal with these worries?
Okay, in terms of the impact on the Chinese economy, I would like to say the epidemic will have inevitably the impact on China's economy. but the impact should be viewed from a perspective, from a comprehensive, a dialectical or long-term perspective, because China's economy is highly resilient with enormous potential. You know that we have enormous demand, enormous labor force, enormous market, and also the high technology like a 5G. So the fundamentals of the long-term growth of China's economy have not changed and will not change. And also the positive long-term trend of China's economy not changed either. So, and also the Chinese government has enough policy space and also the maneuver room to boost its economy. As the IMF and all the bank leaders, they also recognized that the Chinese economy is really resilient.
So you're trying to tell us that since the outbreak, you've been carrying out your exports and imports in other countries?
Exactly. Yes, we have, in spite of the epidemic negative impact, we have continued our international cooperation and trade with the outside world, and we followed the WHO, the other international organizations' advice. We do to resume our economic activities, and actually this is the biggest contribution from China to the world.
Okay, so now we know you give grant scholarships, and we have Africans, Cameroonians, and people from other nations in your country, and education.
Yes.
Well, we know, and we also know that activities have been suspended. How are people surviving there now if education or certain activities have been suspended? What are they doing, like for studies? Those who went there for studies.
Yes. Just for the safety of all the students in China, and their schools are not supposed to open in time, and all the schools the time for the schools are postponed until a predictable time. But they are all arranged to make their studies begin. The students from the elementary school, the high schools, they all study at home through the internet studies. So it's like the older students, they even studied their internet course, and with even the PE courses.
Okay.
So this is something also incredible. Yeah.
Now, if we have to talk about since the outbreak, and you are an authority at the Chinese embassy here in Cameroon, has visas been granted to people who want to travel?
Okay. Actually, now the office, the consular office of the embassy is still open for the public, and people can apply the visa through the normal procedures. And this is the visa is not affected by this epidemic.
You know, Wang, I have a worry. I don't know if this is fake news, because when you browse through social media, you will see people saying that those in China who are infected by the virus, when they go to the hospital, they check them and tell them to go back home. Isn't that dangerous? Is this true first?
You mean in Cameroon?
No, in China.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, the exact thing, but I just saw some message rumors in Cameroon through the social media. There are some Chinese workers, Chinese companies workers. They said that they have they are infected by the COVID-19, and the truth is that they were just staying at home for 14 days isolation or observation, self-observation. This is required by the China embassy in case for prevention, and just for in a more strict manner. So this is the Minister of Public Health of Cameroon also proved that by Twitter. So these rumors can go everywhere, but we have to regard it in a
And this now will have
yeah.
to take us to what we'll say stigmatization of Asians who have been declared COVID-19 positive. You know, some people will see them, even if they have been cured, but will still carry out stigmatization on them, saying that, no, you have coronavirus, no. So what message has China, the Republic of China, put out to shun stigmatization?
Yes, the stigmatization is actually something connected with the discrimination sometimes. Yeah. So we should not put that on the innocent victims. This is not good. This is not legal. So what we do is to follow the advice and recommendations of the specialist. And we do is we follow and observe the rules and the laws of the local authorities and the local government. This is what we do, and we also put these rules on those people who are coming to China now. So we treat the Chinese citizen and all foreigners alike to follow the rules and the laws of the government.
So what's your message to those out there who have been affected, nations that have been affected, and even individuals? A message of solidarity, I think.
Yes, yes. We fight against the virus. We need to cooperate with the international communities and also all the people from the world. And of course, we have the support from Cameroon also. The President Bolobia has sent a letter to our President Xi Jinping to express his care and support to China to fight the virus. And also, even yesterday, I even received a donation of 50 euros from Cameroonian citizen.
Wow.
That is very much touchable for me.
Exactly.
And we deeply believe with the support of the Chinese, all the Chinese people, and with the broad support of the international community, we can absolutely win this battle to fight the virus.
And keep pushing.
Yes.
Keep pushing to fight the virus.
Yes, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Wang, and we hope to have you for more programs on CRTV News.
Sure.
Do have a blessed day.
It's my pleasure.
Well, we'll take a short breather, and when we come back, we'll have a recap of our top stories.